Oh, snap. Welcome back to the Mystery Project, y'all. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. TikTok, hit the follow button. Do all the things over on TikTok as well. This is crazy. I just saw this pop up. Mica Miller's scammer makes stunning confession in the case. So apparently, somebody that was, raising money for justice for Mica was like, go to the family. Nope. Going to me. That is crazy. So let's just jump right into it, y'all. Let's just jump right into it. Oh, I'm not sure how the volume's going to be. YouTube, y'all let me know if the volume's good.
I lied about the fact that I sent the money to the family that was raised. I had used the money to my personal situation.
Every time we
Oh, hell, you are crazy for that.
said justice for Mica, I just want people to know that we meant it. The family having to go through this on top of everything else, I cannot imagine.
In a shocking twist to an already heartbreaking story, a member of a fundraising group that raised thousands of dollars from Mica Miller's family has confessed to pocketing the money. Yeah, what was meant to support Mica's family through tragedy was instead spent on alcohol and personal debts. Just a devastating and horrible situation. And I'm going to talk with one of the members of the fundraising group to try to understand.
That is crazy. Alcohol and clearing debts. Man, what the hell?
Understand what happened here. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Oh, hell.
I want you to imagine something for a second, okay? There's an online auction, and it's set up to provide some level of support to a family that is grieving the loss of their loved one, only to come to find out that that auction is hijacked by a scammer who pockets the money. Yeah. And who does this center all around? Who has been victimized? The family of Mica Miller.
Man, you are crazy as hell.
The 30-year-old woman who died by suicide earlier this
year.
Oh,
hell.
So before I even get into what happened here,
We're going to be saying that word a lot. Sorry, TikTok overlords, which TikTok overlords suck anyways. They really upset me yesterday.
Catch up on this story in case you don't know it. So Mica Miller died in April, and her death was ruled by authorities to be a suicide after she was found dead from a self-inflicted.
Sorry, all those words you can't say on TikTok and YouTube, apparently. They get mad too.
Gunshot wound in Lumber River State Park in North Carolina. And this was, by the way, just days after serving divorce papers to her husband, Pastor John Paul Miller. And despite this, Mica's family and friends believe that her death was really just a tragic result of years of emotional and psychological abuse at the hands of her husband, John Paul Miller. Now, again, these are allegations. Her sister, Sierra Francis, has been quite vocal in criticizing Miller, supporting Mica's claims of manipulation and control.
Right.
Mica allegedly accused Miller of grooming her.
Oh, hell. All kinds of words you can't say.
At a young age, starting from when she was just 10, manipulating her through their involvement in Solid Rock Church. Mica also alleged that Miller had orchestrated her hospitalization to steal her car, posted a nude photo of her without consent, tracked her movements using hidden devices. Essentially, these accusations paint a picture of a woman trapped in a very controlling and scary relationship who was trying to break free. However, as I said, these are allegations. To be clear, John Paul Miller, including through his lawyer, has
Lindsay, thank you,
adamantly denied having any part in Mica's death. In fact, it was confirmed he was hundreds of miles away in Charleston when Mica died, and he has never been arrested or charged in connection with Mica's death. However, we know it was a bit odd when he announced her death during a sermon at his church, and we also know that the legal issues for him have continued, including an assault charge after an altercation with a protester and an
Yeah, that's crazy. So Kimberly, thank you. Thanks, y'all. Yep, I'm on it a little bit early today. I just saw this and I wanted to do this one story because it was crazy.
FBI raid on his home in October. By the way, we have been trying to stay on top of every update in the Mica Miller story for you. And with that, I have to thank Upside for sponsoring this episode of Sidebar because they extend $10 what's money from here. So as my first purchase family is working through their loss, they're trying to process what's happening here. There is a group of well-meaning community members who came together to raise money for Mica's family, okay? fundraiser was headed by a woman named Susan Nelson, a member of a popular TikTok group called So-Called Mess. Now, Nelson, who took on the role of the bookkeeper for the group, organized multiple online auctions and an Etsy store to sell items in Mica's memory to raise money for the family. The items included handmade keychains, t-shirts, craft goods. They were promised again to generate funds that would be sent directly to Mica's family. All good, right? This is a good thing. Here's the problem. Over the course of the fundraiser, Nelson raised approximately $11,000, maybe a bit more. But instead of using the money as promised, she ends up spending it on personal expenses.
How dare you?
You are crazy as hell.
You see, the turning point came in July when Mica's sister, Abigail Francis, learned of the fundraiser. And she asked Nelson to see the records of the donations, hoping to confirm that the funds were actually going to the family. So Nelson apparently gives Francis this spreadsheet, which claimed that a little over $11,000 had been collected, but the expenses were listed at a whopping over $6,000. So Francis suspected something was amiss, something was wrong, confronted Nelson, and that is when the web of lies began to collapse. And at first, Nelson, she made excuses for where the money went, but then she finally admitted she spent the funds to avoid losing her home to foreclosure, to fuel her personal alcohol addiction. She used the money on other bills and expenses, including sex work.
Oh my, what?
You what?
You are crazy as hell. What the hell are you doing? Raising money by selling keychains and stuff for Mica Miller and then using it to save your house, alcohol, and other things. Man, that is crazy. What the hell is wrong with you? By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Welcome in. We're talking about this lady that apparently was scamming people. Oh, TikTok just said that I can't talk about this. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to end it and come back. I'll be right back on TikTok. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. TikTok going crazy again. Getting mad as hell at me. Because it said, what did it say? X work. Xing. Hang on. Let's go live again. All right. It should be good. And YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. There's a few of you guys in here. I know I'm on early, but hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new. And let's keep going.
Again, all unrelated to Mica's family. Now, before we go any further on this, I want to bring on a special guest. I want to bring on Casey Mincy. Now, Casey is the TikTok creator of that group that I mentioned, So-Called Mess. And we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here. So Casey, thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk about this. And I just want to start by asking how you even became involved with these fundraising efforts. What made you decide to form this group? Let's start there.
Well, I actually live in Myrtle Beach, and my husband and I own a print shop, and we actually did the printing for Solid Rock. So my husband knew Mica and John Paul and Trisha.
Oh, hail.
And I found out about it pretty early on, pretty much a few days after her passing. And I had already had a TikTok account that, I had about 27 or 28,000 followers. And I wanted to spread the word. I wanted to bring awareness to her passing. And that's how it kind of got started.
What was your relationship like with Mica before we even get into the issue here? I mean, what was she like? What were your interactions with her? What were your interactions with John Paul Miller?
For me, I never had any interactions with her.
Okay.
My husband did printing with her for Solid Rock. And yeah, so he knew her through that. He also went to the same school that John Paul did when they were younger.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we just did printing for them. She was a wonderful person. It was quite shocking to find out of her passing. And of course, we found out about the morning after when he did the sermon. And that was quite shocking to hear the way that he announced her passing.
Oh, they were in the audience during that? Oof.
Yeah, that has gotten a lot of attention and
Mhm.
started a lot of what we're seeing. So you
Hey, speaking of it, is that you right there? Hello. So-called Beth. Yes. Give you a follow back. Y'all make sure you follow her. Where's she at, right? Oh, pin it. Why won't it happen? Yeah, y'all, I literally just saw this come up. There she is right there. Give her a follow. I saw this come up and I was like, this is crazy as hell. This is crazy as hell. So we're learning about, we're like barely in. We're like barely into it right now, but insane. Insane that this happened.
start this group, you're raising money for the family. What was Susan Nelson's role and who is she?
I had never met her until I started.
Did y'all nickname her Pockets? Too soon? I mean, that is crazy as hell, though. Hopefully you get it back.
Going live
But I mean, she spent it. What are you gonna do? You can't get blood from a turnip.
on TikTok.
That's what my grandpa used to say.
She came in wanting to do a website for me. That was the main thing that she was offering to do. But she also came in with a pretty extensive background. She said she worked for USA Today News. She said she had.
Hold on, I got it, y'all. Why the heck you lying? Why you always lying? I don't know. I'm not these people. I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. Has that been proven?
Had ran multiple fundraisers for other causes. Everything that she had done in her past seemed quite credible, and that's kind of how it started. She offered to make T-shirts for the family. She got in contact with the family, and they gave her permission to do so, and that's how it started. And after she started to do the T-shirts, she started to bring on ideas for other things, and with her background being what it was, and we looked into it, it all seemed credible. Everything that she had
Oh, it actually checked out?
done was out there, and we found proof of it, and it all seemed a little too good to be true. But we had no
Oh,
reason to
no.
believe that it was.
Oh, and it always seems too good to be true, huh?
I mentioned before this spreadsheet where it listed how much money was collected versus the expenses. Had you ever seen that spreadsheet before?
Not until the very end, once she was caught. See, she was the one that facilitated all of that, and it was kind of, I just hosted the fundraisers on my TikTok live. She, of course, with her background, she insisted that she knew what she was doing. She insisted that she didn't need any help. She had already done this multiple times before.
Oh, man.
So
Help? No, you don't need that. I don't need any help. Y'all just sit back. Don't worry about it.
mainly what me and my group would do would be to help facilitate that on my live. So, we would run the auctions, and we would try and keep track of what was going on. It wasn't until the end, once she was caught, we did see
You have a super cute little kitty cat right there, too. That looks like two of them. That looks like Montreal, actually. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty.
the spreadsheets, and that's one of the things that brought up red flags from, at that point, was things didn't seem to add up. We
Right.
were not understanding how you raise this much money, but it costs this much money to produce. It didn't add up for us either.
Hell no.
Talk to us about that moment. The moment you find out that
$6,000 in expenses. She said, well, I had to be in my house. So I needed to pay for my house because my house is where I do all the things for in my house. You know what I'm saying? It's my house. The hell are you talking about?
she's, taking this money, essentially stealing it and using it for personal benefit, for all these kind of personal expenditures. What was your reaction? How did you find out about that?
Well, we started getting a lot of reports from people that they were not getting their items.
Oh, man.
And it started out little bits at a time, and we would reach out to her, and she would give great excuses. She always had an excuse for everything, but it got to the point where so many people were coming to us and saying, hey, we didn't get this. Excuses weren't adding up. And we finally started to question her more and more and put a little bit more pressure
Oh, Lord. Like keychains and stuff? People just weren't getting their stuff?
on her. And at that point, she started to get really defensive. And those were a lot of the red flags that started. And it
hell.
wasn't until she had said that she sent the check to the family, and it was about a week later, and we were pressing her, well, did the check get sent? Did the check get sent? And it was attempted to be delivered. She said she sent it through her an accountant, and that they sent it through certified mail, and then it was attempted to be delivered. And I said, well, did you reach out to the family and make sure that they were there to get the check? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know I was supposed to do that. And I'm like, how do you not know?
You didn't know you were supposed to do that?
You what?
Man, this lady is crazy. Tasha, yeah, it's about Mica. So apparently there was this lady that was went into one of the groups that was Justice for Mica and decided like to be like, hey, y'all, let me help raise some money. And then they were like, okay. And then she ended up just taking the money from the group and taking the money from Mica's family and everything else. MB, thank you. Bethany, thank you all. Thanks for the gifts. Very sweet. So it's crazy. Let's keep going.
That you're
Oh, by the way, y'all, we're live on YouTube as well. If you want to come over, the Mystery Project on YouTube. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Y'all come on over, subscribe. You can actually see the video over there.
supposed to do that. You're a professional at this. This is what your background is, you know? And then it was
Background. Oh, well.
we were like, okay, well, can you at least send us proof that you sent the check? Well, that's when she forged a fake email. And she had on it Thursday.
Oh, man, she's making up fake emails and everything. This is crazy.
Sunday, September 12th. And September 12th was actually a Thursday. And at that point, we were like, why does this have the wrong date? And she admitted. And it wasn't until the next morning.
Oh, no. She saw that back and was like, oh, damn, the date's wrong. It's the wrong thing. She sat back and went,
emotional damage.
She's like, uh-oh, the jig is up. I'm caught.
She finally
Bruh.
confessed to everything.
Fake tracking numbers too? Man, you are crazy.
By the way, you mentioned the excuses she gave for not delivering the items to people. What were those excuses?
Well, she would say, well, I sent those. I sent them last week, or I sent him, and it got to the point where she
damn.
would say, well, that's already been delivered, or that thing was already sent. And I gave them a tracking number. Well, we found out later on there were fake tracking numbers sent to these people.
Oh, damn. Man, somebody got the tracking number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. That sucks.
So yeah, there were a lot of excuses and a
Randa, thank you. Y'all, thanks for the love.
lot of things that just didn't add up.
Have you been in contact with Mica's family as all this has been going on?
Yes, we were in contact pretty early on. I was in contact with them before she offered to do the t-shirts and the other things. I made it very clear to them that I wasn't the one that was running it. I made it very clear to them that I had someone who had a history with running fundraisers, and the one that, you know, had the Etsy shop and everything, and got them in contact.
Did she close the Etsy shop and everything? She had to have closed everything. She like disappeared from social media, I'm sure.
Contact with her. She was actually the one that helped them set up their nonprofit.
Oh, hell. She closed everything, didn't she? Oh, by the way, y'all, make sure you follow So-Called Mess. This is a lady who's actually talking right here. Oh, dang it. It went too fast. Oh, would one of the moderators pin her again? Oh, I can do it. Hold on. I can do it. Bam. There she is right there. Look, she closed everything. She said, the hell?
So she had contact with them as well, pretty early on.
And before I even get into this,
Have you talked to her? Has she said anything? Has she come out and been like, oh, I'm going to try to pay it back or anything? Or she just like went radio silent?
TikTok video call, because I'm going to play some clips from it. What is their reaction to all of this? How are they doing for all of this?
Their reaction was shock.
Yep.
I mean, as anyone could understand.
You're right.
First,
Yo, that's Cassie right there. Yeah, give her a follow. She's pretty awesome. She's got almost to 40,000? Yo, let's get her to 40,000. Come on.
frustration, shock, confusion.
I'll put a link to your TikTok in the YouTube video too.
Because I am the host of the live. I am the content creator for the lives that hosted it, but I wasn't the one who handled any money. I wasn't the one who handled any back end, type of things. It was Sue. She had history of this. And so, I mean, it was portrayed to be our group, but it really mainly was Sue. We just tried to help her in any way that we could, and we had no idea.
Yeah, and if anybody didn't know that it was all on her, there's this TikTok video call that's set up. And Nelson, through tears, confessed to taking the money.
I lied about the fact that I sent the money to the family that was raised. The money was around 10, 11,000, and I had told them that I sent the check for about 5,000, which was minus the shipping and all of that stuff to the family, when I did not. I didn't have the money.
Minus the shipping? Lady, you are crazy as hell. Even if you sent it, even if it was legit, why the hell are you charging the family for shipping? Even if you overnight a check, was it $60? How much did you donate to that? Probably, I don't know, but in my opinion, probably nothing. And you couldn't just pay the shipping? She lived there, didn't she? So-called mess, she had to live around there, right? She couldn't just spend $4 in gas? Oh, hell. So, she lived in Georgia? Okay, never mind. Well, even still, do you know how? Come on. You can't pay the damn shipping? That's crazy.
I had used the money to my.
By the way, YouTube, make sure you follow Cassie, the lady who's talking. Not this lady who's talking, but the one that was talking before. This is the crazy lady talking right here. Sue, is that what her name? Sue Nelson? Man, you crazy.
You what?
I'm gonna call her Sue. Pay the shipping Nelson. That's your name from now on. Sue, pay the Dan shipping Nelson. You crazy as hell for that.
Personal situation, and I'm here to own up to my.
Oh, but like I was saying, y'all, Cassie, she's now pinned in the description on the YouTube video. So YouTube, go follow her on TikTok. So-called mess.
Mistakes, my whatever. I've got other issues that I am seeking help for.
Oh, hell. Wah, wah, wah.
And she continued
I've got other issues I'm seeking help for. Man, you crazy.
to explain that she had initially intended to use the money as promised, but instead she made this really bad decision to spend the donations when her personal financial troubles just seemed to escalate.
She's like, what could I couldn't help it. I had it set up to send to my bank account. My bank account was overdrafted. Like, what was I supposed to do?
Just it trickled from one
How dare you?
That's crazy as hell.
thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I didn't set out with that intent. I never did. Why would I set out with an intent to be malicious and steal and still create?
Because you're crazy as hell. That's probably a starting point right there. Cassie, I think that's you in the Zoom call. You're like the small one on the top, and you're like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. You got the look of like, say something else. And did she not even have her camera on? She couldn't even turn on her camera.
How dare you?
Oh, hell. This lady sat in the dark.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Oh, Lord, you crazy as hell. Sue, pay the shipping, Nelson.
Items and spend all the time doing all that things. I mean, that was never, it was a situation that I did. I did it. I mean, I have no problem.
And while Nelson
I have no problem admitting it.
claimed that she never meant to hurt anyone,
What?
what happened? Her actions led to a lot of damage, both financially and emotionally.
Oh, God.
We all got connected because of Mica's story. And we have felt for her family and what they've been through. And the last thing we ever wanted to do was hurt them.
Now, Casey, what led to the making of this TikTok?
Wait, is it Casey or Cassie? I think I called you Cassie. It's Casey? Or
call?
did Jesse get it wrong? If it's Casey, put a thumbs up. If it's Cassie, put a thumbs down.
When Nelson confessed, did she know that she was going to get on there and confess? Is that what went beyond that? What went behind that? I should say.
Well,
It's Casey. Got it. Oops. Sorry about that.
once we caught her with the fake email,
I can't pronounce names to save my life, though, y'all.
She tried to be very adamant at that point. I do have the money. I've just not sent it yet. Well, come to find out,
Hold on, I got it. Why the heck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop trucking lying.
the next
I have it, I just haven't sent it.
morning, we just kept pressing her. We're like, okay, where's the money? Do you really have the money? And it just got to the point where she couldn't lie anymore. And so she admitted that the accountant that she said she had didn't exist.
Oh God, imagine that.
She admitted it all, and it's quite, she did do what she did, and it's awful.
Seymour Butts CPA accounting firm not found in the Secretary of State's website. Oh my God, not the Seymour Butts CPA and accounting firm. Oh God.
But I will give her credit for coming clean. She didn't have to do that,
Oh,
and she did.
could, yeah.
She
That's not the only good
admitted
thing she
to
did.
her wrongdoings and told the truth eventually.
And
she has to repay that, doesn't she?
I mean, how did you get her to agree to a TikTok call? That's a public forum, and she's crying on this and saying how wrong she was.
Well, crying. Crying.
We got on a call with her, and I told her, I said, this was done publicly. We were on public lives. There are hundreds and thousands of people that donated money. We have to tell them something. So I'm going to have to go public and let these people know what happened. I can't just let this go, push it under the rug.
Good
and
call.
I said to her, I said, after everything that you've done, the least you could do would be come on this TikTok live and tell everyone what happened and let them know that it was you, that it was not me. My name has been thrown under the bus. My name was ruined because of all this. And
did people actually get mad at you, Casey?
Thankfully, she agreed to that.
And I want to talk about that because you yourself took to TikTok and it was an emotional moment. You expressed your disbelief at what had happened here. And I just want to show our viewers just a quick portion of that.
We had been lied to. We had been used and made a fool. I was so upset to find out someone that we all trusted had betrayed us so bad. After everything the family had gone through, after everything that everyone had gone through trying to find justice for this woman, do you realize how hard this has been? I was an absolute...
Man, that lady, Sue, pay the shipping, Nelson. You are crazy. $11,000? You did all that for $11,000. You are crazy as hell. That is insane. Go get a part-time job at Lowe's. Go work in the gardening section if you need $11,000. Chipotle's hiring. Make me a damn burrito. You need $11,000 that bad.
Absolute freaking wreck.
Go do DoorDash. Go do go deliver some stuff. Go do something if you need $11,000.
That day, from staying up on phone calls for all hours of the night, where I was trying to get the truth out of someone who used my name and my platform and all of us as a means to commit fraud.
And we heard some very raw emotion from you there. You expressed in your video when you found out this happened. Can you walk us through what was going on in your mind then? I mean, what went behind that video and what were you trying to convey to everybody who's been following you?
It was to find out that someone could deceive people the way that she did was one thing. But the fact,
man, she looks crazy. TikTok, have you seen what this lady looks like? Have you seen what this lady looks like, TikTok? Hold on. Let me show you what this lady looks like. Let me show you what this lady looks like. I'm going to hit play, then I'm going to keep it going. Oh, maybe I won't, actually, because it's going to it's going to break on me. Hold on a second. Y'all, TikTok, it might pause for a second. Oh, no. I think they... Oh, hell. I jinxed it. I thought they fixed it. Okay. I thought they fixed it. They did not fix anything. Bam. That's the lady.
How dare you?
Oh, no. This is crazy.
Fact that she stole from a grieving.
Oh, by the way, I guess there's people coming in. So that I'll do a quick update. So basically, this lady went on TikTok, found a group that was talking about justice for Mica, that was helping raising money for Mica's family, right? She tells these people, oh, I'm an expert at this. I've done it before. Da, 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 da. They're like, oh, that's awesome. So they set up a whole thing where there's like auctions going on and they're selling stuff. They're raising all this money. Well, this lady says, oh, I was supposed to give it to the family. Oops. Nope. I'm just going to spend it on alcohol, pay off some stuff. She basically stole the money, right? She took the money and didn't give it to the family. And then she tried to say, oh, it's because it was expenses. She had all these expenses to pay. Man, that is crazy as hell. But yeah, that's what. Lord have mercy. That is crazy, though. I ain't going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Should I say it, y'all? She's looking crazy as hell. She looks like she was going to leave the country.
Family. That was, and
It looked like she's about to pull an Ellen.
I stole the money, but to take the money and to do with it what she admitted that she did do with it, it was disgusting. It was very,
yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
Very sickening. A lot of us on the call, we had to take a break. We were sick to our stomach. We were very, very
I don't blame
emotional.
you.
It was, and then to have to go to the family and say, hey, we've spent months and months fighting for you, but this person took all of that. It was very emotional.
Oh,
Are there any efforts to get the money back?
She made every excuse in the book. She said she was selling her house. She claimed that she had a Pell Grant that she was going to donate. She even went so far as to have a friend of hers be an advocate that was supposedly supposed to pay the money back. And within a week or two, that advocate disappeared. So, I mean, I would hope that she will.
You can't believe anything that lady says.
Pay the family back, but it's not looking very likely.
Now, based on the reporting, it seems that Nelson is not facing any criminal charges. I don't believe police have ruled out opening up an investigation. Do you know anything more about that?
I do know that me and my group, and we did tell everyone who did donate money, even $1, to report it to the FBI. I know that we did contact her county as well, and they sent us directly back to the FBI. So I can't say for certain that any charges are going to be brought on her, but she needs to be accountable. And she needs to be held accountable for what she did.
And in terms of Mica's family, I read that as of October 6th, they only received $180. Do you know if they're receiving any more?
You what?
That lady raised 11. Well, y'all, that whole group raised 11,000. I'm seeing 15,000 in the chat now. Y'all raised thousands of dollars, and this lady sent $180.
More money? Is there?
How dare you?
That is crazy.
Or another, fundraising effort that's being set up to help them?
Oh, and Cassie sent that little bit of money. That was probably the only thing left in there. The lady didn't steal.
In any which way?
I do not know, but I do want to clarify the $180. There was a woman who came onto our lives, and she wanted to make earrings that were like the earrings that Michael wore in the
Oh, see,
pawn
there you go.
store and the Ring camera footage. They're little bird earrings. She made the earrings and she donated them to me. She then asked me to sell them for $20 a piece to the viewers and to donate all of that money to the family. And that's the $180 that the family got. And that's the only money I ever had access to. And that was not a part of the fundraiser that Sue had set
Oh, see, so there you go. So never mind. That other lady didn't send anything.
up.
Well, Casey, look, I'm happy you came on because I don't want anybody to believe that you had anything to do with this whatsoever. I'm really happy you set the record straight on this. And look, you know, this is a really, really unfortunate situation that happens at times. It shouldn't, but it happens. And in a time when really the family is in such need, and
Right.
they're already dealing with such a traumatic and heartbreaking situation. I'm sorry this happened. We will see where it progresses. But I'm really happy that you had the time to come on and talk a little bit more about this.
Thank you.
And Case, I'll ask you one more question. Some would say the most important question in this. How many cats do you have? Because my goodness, I see them all
Five.
throughout in the background. I was counting them. Do you have 4?
Five.
Cats. My
Yes.
goodness. Fantastic. They wanted to come on. They want to be
Yes.
stars of
I have 2, and they do the same thing. Montreal, I'm surprised she hadn't jumped up on my damn chair yet.
show.
I'd love to be in here.
Yeah, that little tension grabbers are over there. But no,
Yes.
it was great seeing them. But listen, Casey Mincy, thank you so much. And by the way, just I'll let everybody know if they want to help in any which way, whether that's through your network or whichever way, what can people do to support you and support Mica's family if there's anything they can do right now?
Just keep spreading the word for her case. Definitely, if you want to donate, please go to Waymaker's website, donate through there. And yeah, just keep supporting the cause and keep spreading awareness for Mica.
Casey Mincy, thank you so much.
Oh man.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh my goodness gracious. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button before you go. Subscribe because we're going to be on later, y'all. 9 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, Lord, that is crazy as hell. All right, y'all be safe. I'm going to hang out on TikTok.